Well, after President Trump renewed his threats over Greenland, Canada found itself confronting a question it once dismissed as unthinkable. What if the rhetoric signals something more serious? That unease sharpened this week after Trump shared an AI-generated image on Truth Social. The image showed a map of the Americas with US flags draped over Canada, Greenland and Venezuela. It was fake, but in Ottawa, the reaction was very real.
Stop invoking rules-based international order as though it still functions as advertised. Call it what it is, a system of intensifying great power rivalry where the most powerful pursue their interests using economic integration as coercion. It means acting consistently, applying the same standards to allies and rivals.
And now what began as outrage has hardened into resolve. For years, Canada has weathered Trump's provocations. What's different now, though, is the tone and timing. Trump has reiterated his interest in Greenland, threatened tariffs against countries backing Danish sovereignty, and revived talk of Canada as America's 51st state. The cumulative effect has pushed Canada to rethink its security posture, especially in the Arctic.
Canada strongly opposes tariffs over Greenland and calls for focused talks to achieve our shared objectives of security and prosperity in the Arctic.
Prime Minister Mark Carney went even further, saying that middle powers must act together. Otherwise, he said, if we're not at the table, we're on the menu. Carney's words landed against a backdrop of concrete action. Canada has spent close to $1 billion reinforcing its southern border. Now it's preparing to spend billions more to secure the north, with the Arctic becoming central to Canada's national strategy. In fact, one of Carney's first moves in office was committing more than $4 billion to a long-distance radar system, technology designed to detect long-range threats across the Arctic. He's also pledged a larger, sustained military presence, including submarines, aircraft and troops.
We will importantly invest in military equipment, infrastructure and technology by procuring new aircraft, armed vehicles, drones and ammunition, as well as new sensors to monitor the seafloor and the Arctic.
While Canada has publicly reaffirmed its support for Greenland, it has also described Russia as the greatest long-term threat to Arctic security, underlining that Canada's concerns extend beyond Washington.
Mr. President, dear friends, Canada understands the lessons of history. We know that Putin can never be trusted.
While at the same time, Ottawa remains deeply intertwined with the United States. Joint defense planning through NATO and North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD, is routine. This week, aircraft from the US and Canada operated from an American base in Greenland as part of a long-planned NORAD mission approved by Denmark. Well, that cooperation now carries an edge of uncertainty. In Davos, when asked if the US might act if Canada could not adequately defend the Arctic, the ambassador to Canada called the scenario hypothetical, while emphasizing close coordination. And beyond defense, the pressure is economic. Trump has imposed tariffs that hit key Canadian sectors, including vehicles, steel and aluminium. About 75% of Canada's exports still go to the US. No other partner comes close. Carney is trying to change that. His recent visits to China and Qatar signal a push to diversify trade. Canada has struck limited tariff deals with Beijing, even as it remains wary of China's ambitions. So the stakes are enormous, and the image Trump shared may have been artificial, but the choices facing Canada are very real. The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Cary Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.